What's up, YouTube? So today we're diving into the 4 Producers 1 Beat challenge hosted by Projektor. So there's going to be a little bit more of a concise video on Projektor's channel. I'll post the link for that in the description. But this video is kind of just be me messing around with some sounds. I've got some ideas to show you that I think could be a little bit interesting. So this is going to be the kind of more sound design companion video to that video, which is going to be, the 4 producers talking about our kind of exciting production moments in the greater scheme of things. Whereas this is going to be a kind of more molecular approach to production, if that makes sense. Anyway, without blabbering too much. Okay, so I want to talk a little bit about how I would usually create grid-like synths for this kind of part. Because it's quite a rhythmic part, I think some kind of like offbeat grid rhythm synth could be really, really powerful. For those who don't know what those are, it's those kind of like dum, bum, 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 kind of like leads that you would hear in Psytrance. So what I would usually do is let's just add a kind of blank instance of a synth here. And the trick here is to map out the rhythm that we kind of want to use. It doesn't have to specifically be the right notes or the right sounds, but we kind of want to just, in my head, I've got this rhythm which might work here. Dun, dun, kind of thing. Here, for example, I'll start drawing in notes. So then here what I try to do is I start to identify which sounds I want as like staccato sounds and which sounds I want as like warps, sweeps, or legato sounds. So I think here, then this one can be like a legato sound, for example. So what I want to do here is let's just mute this like that. Yeah, so I think this can be like a chord, bum, and then like a acid sound, a pluck, acid sound, pluck kind of thing. And then these we can do sweeps. I think that's a pretty cool progression we can do here. So let's duplicate this. With this one, what we want to do is we want to mute all of the unmuted parts and basically just vice versa it. Unfortunately, you can't select them all and invert like this because it does, you know what I mean? It's a single operation, which kind of sucks, but oh well. So you see here we've already got like a warpy kind of sound, but in this part we don't have one. So what we can do here is double content and then mute the first part. Does that make sense? So it doesn't double up with this. Okay, let's split this a little further. So what I want to do is I want to isolate that first hit. So let's duplicate. No, in fact, I want to first mute it. Can actually just remove these ones now and then mute this one. And then here we can duplicate, and then in this one we can actually just delete these and unmute. So I'm using a similar idea here to create this chord where the top note is actually at the bottom. That kind of makes the chord sound a little darker. Okay, so now we can actually go in and start sound designing these sounds. So here, I want to create a filter on the sound. Okay, so for this one, I want to create a squelch sound. So I actually spoke about this recently in a stream where I like to use the kilohertz bit crusher to kind of create almost like a formant-like sound on the squelch. But what I want to do is actually create the squelch in Vital, whereas opposed to creating it in Faceplant, which is what I did in that stream. So here what I'm going to do is set an LFO to envelope mode, and then we can set this to seconds, and now this allows us to actually draw in custom curves, which won't loop, you know, similar to the kind of curve mode in Faceplant. Okay, so with this one, I want to make an acid sound. So the trick to getting a really nice acid sound is to have an envelope on the resonance as well, and give it like a pluck modulation. What we can also do is we can emulate the kind of motion of a glide by modulating the pitch by, say, for example, 12 semitones. Then what we can do is we can draw in steps like this. And then, like at one of them, for example, we can go like down like this. Okay, so now let's make some variations of this kind of like sweep or legato type of lead. So what I want to do is jump in here and let's actually just delete that one, mute, and then we can duplicate this. And then for now, I'm actually just going to hone in on this one. So what we can do here is just make the loop a little bit smaller, just so it's easier to work on. So what I want is a kind of like low sound, But we want to do a similar thing like we did with that glide, where we kind of simulate a sweep of the pitch. But let's say, for example, over 2 octaves, and we want it to end quite quickly in the sound, because we just want to use it at the beginning. So let's say, for example, set this to envelope mode. Let's maybe go up an octave. Let's see if we can maybe reduce this by half. Otherwise, what we can do is just set this grid to 2 and then just move this down like this. Sometimes that's an easier way of just halving the amount of modulation. Okay, that's kind of like the pitch of the sound that I want to do. So here, let's look at some filter movement. With the reverbs on these kinds of things, with the pre-delay, it kind of helps sometimes to set it to a similar speed of your attack. So for example, like here, this attack is quicker than this attack. So we're setting it to somewhere around what this would be, like 100 seconds, so that it times it to that first whomp, so that the reverb doesn't start until the sound has like reached that first section. Does that make sense? So with this one, what I think could work is a simple kind of detuned unison, like a super saw.